Oh, yes, indeed. Mama G has just written a love letter full of all kinds of gratitude for Donald Trump. Oh, don't get it twisted. I'm not a misfit, more like a mystic. And I wouldn't want you to miss this opportunity to opt to tune to me, because honestly, as and truthfully, I believe there's always another perspective. And the way that I choose to direct it allows me to breathe and then to pray. And so on this very day, I want to say thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you for waking us up and for shaking us out of our complacency and for helping us to recognize our true priorities. Because it seems that we've been carefully riding along for much too long. Well, the true minorities fearfully string us along with the ego that goes bump in the night. I call it a greed bump. The one that we just hit at full-on speed while steeped in our ignorant American bliss and clicking on the screen in search of more of this. More ease and more commodities while the rest of the world grieves, thinking our own shit doesn't stink. Honestly, it's like we don't even take the time to think or to even breathe. Because even all the warning signs on the road to our deepest despair didn't seem to be enough. Like the wars we've glorified and our ode to heirs to thrones that defy our goodwill towards our good God. Yes, I'm putting it here, my God. Because I am not a clone and I am not a drone, and I won't stay stuck in monotone. There is nothing I choose to fear. For I have already been at the foot of all my hills, felt alone, and have wanted to disappear from this good earth. But I have come to recognize our collective worth. And I will not claim that our respective Mecca lies on my own hearth and not on yours, as if I come first. I have detective eyes and I thirst for knowledge in the first degree. It sees the worst as a disguise until I can learn to have mercy for all the lives that merge on this interplanetary surge of get me to the church. But the one without the roof, just the truth. The absolute that can't help but emerge if I could just look at you. And I could see you just as you deserve. No less and no greater than the God from where I suspect we were all birthed. And so continue to get on our self-dejected nerves. Because we need more birds that tweet. Because words that curse, it's not enough to stir us out of our sleep. We need whistleblowers on federal agencies. We need missile throwers in the pain we see, witnessed as raging seas in a raging humanity. For it is not okay to detain our fellow humanity, to overtase and to overgraze, to police with brutality and to treat our animals with cruelty. It is not okay to create pills with intentional maladies, to manipulate the minds of the masses, and to mutilate their behinds and make our black brothers and sisters call others master. It is not okay to abuse the sacred feminine just to amuse the naked masculine. It is not okay to refuse to reuse and to take what was given stripping her naked. The fragile castle in which we reside. It is not okay to get them to use to sell crack and act like assholes, feeling like refuse because they've been stripped of their pride because too many of us get too used to dying inside and we just want others along for the ride. Just a bunch of crap I'd like to delete. This stupor that seems to interfere with our ability to shine with all our light, what we can no longer deny. And so I believe, Donald Trump, that we can decide how best to thank you. Pride aside, I'm ready to take my lumps and then move my rump. See my demon eyes, the ones that can't help but be trumped with compassionate ties streaming through the love that binds. And so again, I thank you, Donald Trump, for you may be the cataclysmic infusion that is needed to help break us out of this cataclysmic confusion. The one that no longer sees the need for institutions, retribution, and restitution after the fact. For I have come to the conclusion as my mental blocks melt like wax, that you may be instrumental with the way that you talk, even if it seems whacked, in igniting the spark with the next resolution that we need, as we embark on the next grand revolution, I believe, that's on your feed, as we continue to bring the dark to the light. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so give me the ark with the covenant on good night. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As we continue to bring the dark to the light. And so I thank you, Donald Trump. I thank you and every being of every hue with all my love, all my gratitude, and the utmost compassion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and love, Mama G.